Hi, it's Natalie, and today I'm going to be talking about the 3 things that I wish I knew when I first started my nutrition business. If I would have known these 3 things, I probably would be at a different point in my business now. It's definitely something that I learned over the course of actually building up my business. So I'm going to give you my 3 biggest mistakes, right? And I'm going to show you how to fix this so that when you're starting your business, you can start out on the right foot and you can actually make progress much faster in your business. Before we get into this video today, I did want to let you know that I actually have a free Facebook group where you can actually interact with other different nutrition and wellness professionals within the group and attend different live trainings that I put on that are exclusive for members of that group. So if that's something you're interested in and you want to actually communicate with other people and get questions answered, then go ahead and click on the link in the description and join that group. All right, so let's get into this and talk about the very first thing that I wish I would have known better. When I first started my business, I remember when I used to come across different things that I saw as obstacles, and I would get really stressed about it, and I would be like, why is this happening to me? I really wish I would have realized that mistakes are the biggest teachers, and that we can't look at small little obstacles or even giant obstacles or even feeling super overwhelmed and see these things as failures or proof that we just aren't cut out for running a business. That's not true at all. The most successful people have failed the most, and it's what they do with that failure, so to speak, and how they actually act when they are failing, right? That is really, really, really important and differentiates them. I realize that anytime that I'm making a lot of mistakes, it's really amazing opportunities for growth. It's opportunities for feedback from the marketplace. It's opportunities for me to actually be able to better my business. And trust me when I say I have probably failed a whole lot more than you have whenever you're first starting out. Don't look at failures as problems that means that, hey, now I'm not cut out for business. No, everybody fails. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has stress in their business. Everybody feels overwhelmed. It's natural. Realize it. It's what you do in that moment when you feel stressed that's important. The second thing I wish I knew whenever I first started my business is that perfection is non-existent. I used to get so caught up on tiny little things. I remember I would be like, I can't send out an email because what if it has a spelling error in it? Or I can't do this because I have to do the best way. And I would really fixate on this perfectionism ideal that's actually really, really wrong. And we want to completely let go of this perfectionism and start learning through action and making things better through action. So what I see a big mistake with a lot of nutrition professionals is they start their business, and instead of really taking action, they're constantly thinking to themselves, oh, I can't do this because I have to find the best way to do something. It's better to just do it, and even if it doesn't work, who cares? Right? It's better to actually learn through action and make things better with time. You're going to be so much better off than if you're a person that sits back and waits for things to become perfect, because it will never come. It will never be here, right? And what you can do is when you actually do things, then you get feedback from the market. You hear if what you're doing actually resonates with your market. You can then adjust what you're doing. If you sit back and you think to yourself, how can I make this better? You don't even know yet because you haven't done it, right? So it's best to actually learn through action, plow ahead of things, and if you feel nervous about something, do it anyway. The third thing I wish I would have known when I first started my business is that it's okay to feel scared and to not feel ready. A lot of times I see with new business owners is they get this feeling in their stomach sometimes where they don't feel good, like they feel nervous about it. And then they take that as, oh man, I'm supposed to feel at peace about things all the time, so that means I shouldn't do this. No. Oftentimes, here's the thing, is anytime you're going to do anything that's going to push you, it's going to cause you to grow, it's going to feel scary. Why? Because you've never done it before. It's that with everything. I remember the first time I rode my bike without training wheels, right? That was scary as hell. Now, what's the big deal? right? But anytime you do something new, it feels scary as hell. And you're going to be tested every single time. Like, as I've continued to grow my business, there's always a new level, right? There's a new level that feels scary. There's a new level that makes me not feel like I don't feel ready. You have to learn to trust yourself. You have to learn that you're not going to fall flat on your face. It's going to be fine. It's going to be great, right? And instead, see this fear as an extension of excitement and reframe that in your head and keep pushing forward. Every time you feel scared, realize that this is growth, and growth is good. And so we have to learn to actually accept that feeling and start to like that feeling. All right. I wish I would have known this earlier, because a lot of times I used to sit back and I would be like, oh, well, I just don't feel good about doing this, so I'm not going to do it. Or I don't feel like I'm this type of person. Or, I see this with a lot of times whenever people first invest in their business, and they'll be like, oh man, that's so much. I feel so scared. Think to yourself, why do you feel bad? Are you worried that you won't be able to make it back? Are you worried in your ability to do that? Sometimes we have these fears that come up, and it's always at the edge of growth. And we have to realize that we need to actually be able to trust ourselves. I remember when, I like to say, if you've ever gone running before, and you're running, and at a certain point you start to feel really out of breath, and your body is like, oh, I can't run anymore. So here's the thing, is that if you continue to run, at first it's going to feel really rough, and it's going to feel horrible. And then you're going to settle into it, and it's going to be like 15 minutes later, and you're like, wow, I'm fine. I kept running. Nothing bad happened. I feel just fine. And guess what? You then felt like you could even keep going beyond that. You're really strong. You're a lot stronger than you think you are, and you're not just going to fall flat on your face, okay? Realize that there's a difference between good pain and bad pain. Good pain means growth. Bad pain means injury, right? And there's a difference. Injury is when we're burning out and we're pushing ourselves to the point of crazy stress. Sometimes here's the other thing though, is we mistakenly take good pain and we're like, I can't go through any pain. No, anytime you build anything, you build a muscle, what do you get? Soreness. What does that mean? You're building the muscle. Right? You're building your business. You have to go through some amounts of good pain. All right, everybody. I hope this video was helpful for you. Be sure to comment below what you'd like me to talk about next. Okay? And subscribe, because I put out new videos just like this one every single Friday. And I'll see you next Friday.